up guys, it's Rory from Rocombu here. Today I'm in France checking out the latest models from Land Rover. I want to pay special attention to this car though. It is the 2014 Range Rover Hybrid. Now we are going to bring you a full review very shortly. I'm going to jump in and take it for an extended test drive. But before that footage becomes available, I wanted to talk you through a couple of the key features that make this car stand out. First of all, aesthetically, it's not that different to the standard car. It's got a couple of hybrid badges there on the side and one round the back. And the wheels, you'll notice that they're specially designed to be more aerodynamic, so it'll cut through the air a lot more efficiently. There are big changes, however, underneath. The hybrid system in this car consists of a 3-litre turbo diesel engine in the front and a 35 kilowatt electric motor mounted directly onto the transmission. It also has a small lithium-ion battery pack located in a boron casing down here. Now, Land Rover claims the system provides some fairly impressive figures. We're talking about 26% better CO2 and 44 miles per gallon, which is fairly impressive for a car this big. Right, let's jump in, take a look inside. Inside this car, it is Range Rover all the way, and that means complete luxury. The seats are super comfortable, the whole thing's well designed, it just feels special. That's nice. But there are some differences, including the fact that this car doesn't have a traditional rev counter. Instead, what they've done is they've replaced that with a power meter that shows you how much power is being asked of the engine and the electric motor in terms of a percentage. Now, you can switch to a rev counter if you put it into sport mode and go into manual transmission mode, but most of the time you're going to be using that power meter. The other big difference is this EV button. You press that and you can drive the car in electric only mode for up to a mile at a time and only up to 30 miles an hour if you're gentle with the throttle. To use electric only mode, you need sufficient charge in the battery, and there's a couple of ways you can get charge into that battery. The first is just to drive the car normally. You can drive around and the regenerative braking system will pump electricity back into it. However, there is cheat mode as well. You can actually turn the car on, leave it in park and rev the engine at about 20 or 22%, and that will actually force it to recharge itself. Land Rover doesn't heavily publicize that fact, but it's a way of cheating if you know that you're going to get to a location where you will need to drive around in EV only mode and be silent. Maybe you want to assassinate someone and sneak up on them. But now we are about full, so we can stick it back into drive. We are in EV, and now we are cruising silently, running only on electric power. Now on my display here, I've got the percentage meter, of course, and I've also got a small green arrow which moves dynamically as I drive, and that's next to the main needle that drives up and down to show me how much power is going into the system. As long as I keep my power needle below that green arrow, then I can keep the car in electric only mode. And as you can hear, you know, it's pretty much silent. All I'm getting right now is noise from the tires, no wind noise whatsoever because I'm going quite slowly. But they say you can drive up to 30 miles an hour before the diesel engine kicks in. So let's try and pick up the speed a little bit without actually going over that green needle. We're doing 25 miles an hour now. We're doing 30 miles an hour. We're doing 35 miles an hour, and it still hasn't come on. We're going up to nearly 40 miles an hour. Yeah, that's 40 miles an hour in electric modes. So the battery power has actually gone down to only 50%, so you can imagine you could probably do a few hundred yards in electric only mode. The final thing I want to do while I'm here actually is you know, to demonstrate the fact that despite the fact the car has a lot of electric stuff going on inside it, that if you drive it into water, you're not going to electrocute yourself and die, I hope. So let's go in a sheep dip and see what that's like. Okay, so I'm in low range. The suspension has been raised up, and we are now entering the sheep dip. I've got two of the car's cameras switched on to give me a better view of what's going on. So on the center console, I can actually see how close I am to these barriers. One of the things they say about the new hybrid is that it's easier to modulate the speed of the car because you're not waiting for the turbo diesel engines to spool up. There's no turbo lag, you just get instant torque. 700 Newton meters of it if you want to use it all at once, but it's right there for you, and that was actually quite easy to do. Here we go, entering the water. This is where I worry about whether that battery is properly sealed off, but so far so good. I'm not being electrocuted. We are going deep in. 700 milliliters wading depth in this thing. It's nearly up to the window actually, but it's going to be tight. I've got some guys guiding me to make sure that I don't wreck this thing. This is actually quite terrifying. Talking to you at the same time as doing this and watching a guy guide me without ruining this car. I don't want to end up with a £100,000 bill. So far so good, it would seem. I've also got to worry about running this guy over as well. I can't really see him properly. All I can see is sky. No, literally I can't see a thing now. But he's giving me the thumbs up. The car's okay in one piece. And I can start looking back at my cameras on the center console, tipping down, coming off, and back onto terra firma. Oh yeah. Now, obviously the car can off-road. Obviously it's super luxurious. We're going to give it a full thorough road test that's coming up very shortly. I'm literally about to head off now into the mountains and put this thing through its paces. So don't forget to check out our full review coming shortly. If it's already been published, then obviously the link will be right here on your screen right now. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, and tell your friends to tell their friends. And I'll see you again soon.